Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki tāo Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te kore mako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, whānau on the show this week, we have two proud sons of Waitara who have carried their passion for rugby league across the oceans. One a well-known player with the Waitara Bears and the other spending years playing professionally over in France before settling back in Perth. Both have become key figures in the Harmony Nines Taranaki Perth kaupapa. Their commitment to fostering whanaungatanga and promoting rugby league values in Australia has made an event a cornerstone for our Taranaki whānau living abroad. Today, we dive into their journey, the purpose behind the kaupapa, and what the future holds for this growing movement. No mai, hara mai, kōrua. Tyson, Lewis, Jarrod Poi, good to have you on the show, brothers.
Cheers, brother. Good to be here.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good to have you all the way in from Perth. Been looking forward to catching up with you both and hearing about all the amazing mahi that you guys are doing over there with all our Taranaki whānau. We all watch from home and see all the amazingness that happens over there and can't wait to kōrero about it. But before we get started, ko wai koe, no he koe, just a bit about yourselves and where you're from.
Kia ora whānau, ko Tyson taku ingoa, ko Taranaki te maunga, ko Waitara te aua, ko Tokomaru te waka, ko Te Atiawa te iwi. Yeah, so I'm basically, Waitara boy, homebody, like Caps touched on. Grew up in Waitara, played for the Waitara Bears. Most of my life. And then, represented Taranaki in my rugby league career. It's probably one of the big things for me is just representing my maunga. And then, mainly just played that, represented footy, Central Vipers, and then shot off the ditch to Perth with my whānau just to try pursue a new career and for working that for my family. But that's just a little bit about me.
Ka pai, awesome, Tyson. Well, good to have you on the show, bro. Jarrod.
Kia ora, bro. Same, Jarrod. Ko Jarrod taku ingoa, ko Taranaki te maunga, ko Waitara te aua. Jarrod Poi, just born and bred in Waitara as well. Played a few years with the Waitara Bears also, like Tyson, and then played a Taranaki grade under Uncle Stacey O'Carroll. And then went overboard to go over to France and chase the big dream and play rugby for a dream. So I'm back now in Perth with all the whānau. It was my goal to come back and spend time with all my Taranaki whānau and all my cousins and nephews and watch them grow as young fellas. So it's good to be back in Perth.
Awesome. And it's good to have you back there helping out with all our whānau over there in the rugby league space. Now, starting with you, Jarrod, can you share your personal journey in rugby league, rugby union? You mentioned Uncle Stacey. Tell us how those times as a young bear here in Taranaki helped shape you and the journey that you ended up going on.
Yeah, Uncle Stace, he was a hard man. He was real tough, real strong, but he knew us kids needed that to get where we wanted to be. He taught us a lot of values and a lot of respect for Taranaki and obviously Waitara, where we come from. It did play a big part of my wanting to do something my life. He did help all those kids a lot, and those kids know that for a fact that he did. It's played a big role on growing and turning into a young man. So he had a big fact on that.
Yeah, he's a legend, all right there, Uncle Stace. So shout out to him if he's listening in now. Tice, what obviously you're a hearty bear. You everybody knows you as a hearty bear, bro. You bleed those colours, but it must have been hard for you to leave home and head across the ditch to Perth. But what was it that led you to kind of make the switch and how special has it been for you to kind of connect, stay connected in that rugby league space with your whānau over there?
Yeah, massive, bro. Obviously, Waitara Bears was probably like a dream when you're a young kid growing up in Waitara. Like all the uncles, all the elders, grandfather and all that played in those colours. So yeah, it's definitely like a bit of a privilege to wear the black and white jumper. The main reason why I probably moved from home, bro, was just, yeah, like mahi, like just to get a better opportunity for myself and my family. I had a growing family pretty quick at a young age, so I sort of needed to provide in a different way, and Aussie sort of offered that to me. It was there for my grabbing, so just my partner and that moved over here first, and then I sort of just held the fort down in Taranaki, and then shot over not long after them and started, yeah, just creating a path for myself. But it was tough, bro. I got to admit, it was pretty hard leaving the old little town. You know, you get that syndrome where you just know that's all you know. Yeah, so that was the main reason, bro, was work.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, you're doing really well over there, bro. And just while we're on that, we're obviously talking about the Harmony Nines, but what inspired the creation of the Taranaki, like, you know, the Taranaki side in the Harmony Nines? Like, what inspired the creation of the kaupapa, and you know, what does it mean to represent your people like that far away on the other side of the world, pretty much?
I think there was a conversation between CB and Deeks himself. When the first Harmony Nines kicked off, I was playing for Hawaii, and there was a lot of Taranaki boys scattered across all the teams, and we sort of had a bit of a moment where, like, fuck, wouldn't it be mean if we had our own Taranaki team in this tourney? Because, you know, it was a bit of a cultural thing. You know, there was whānau from all over the motu that was playing in this competition. And then, yeah, bro, that conversation sparked into an idea, and then it just got a community together, and then all the hands chipped in, bro. And then one year we were in a group chat, and it was like, we're putting in a team, we got sponsorship, and yeah, that's like basically how it happened, bro. It was just out of the blue, and we were getting laced up to field our first Taranaki team in the Cultural Nines. Yeah.
And what an awesome initiative it was, and it's just been a hell of a journey since then, and the impact that it's had on so many whānau that live over there. So kudos. Now, you mentioned Ki Po, you know, you mentioned CB, Corey Borden, Deacon Kātene. Jarrod, for you, like, how important are those two in terms of, you know, setting everything up and you know, just, you know, providing a space for whānau to connect to their roots?
Yeah, no, it's very, very important to have a couple pillars, you know, that kind of direct us Taranaki whānau in the right direction. Those two are perfect for that. So CB was like he had good communication skills with all the whānau, and Dex was just real busy on the admin stuff and the sponsors. So having those two pillars just sparked everything up, and the whānau just mucked in. And if you need fundraising, if you need help, we just, it just all came together real quick. So yeah, big positive up to them.
Awesome. Good shout out to the boys. I'm sure they're tuning in. Now, Tyson, what do you love most about the Harmony Nines in Perth, bro? Like, how does it differ from other tournaments, and what makes it unique?
Oh, brother, there's a few things that like make it pretty special, and obviously it's that kōtaitanga, bro, bringing like your community together from so far away from home, bro. Like every year I look forward to it. It fills my cup. The movement we had last year, I think it was, we had 5 teams, bro, and I just looked around. I remember looking around, and all you could see was black and yellow. Like, it was crazy, bro. I just was like, it was a moment that I just looked at. I just didn't want it to end. Just seeing all my brothers, my sisters, the tamariki, all rocking their shirts. And then that first haka we had, I think nearly every supporter was on the field with us, and other whānau were like, they can't do that. So it really like made an impact to me. Like, this is how we move, man. You know, our community is strong. We band together, and that really, like, I had butterflies for that whole rest of the year after that tournament, just from that one moment. And it really does, like, there's a few brothers here that are Taranaki but don't know nothing else but Australia, bro. So to be able to take them through our journey and explain to them what the maunga means to us and why we're so hearty for it, it sort of made them like walk away with a massive piece of them that they had missing. So that's probably been another big thing for me, bro, is getting that identity to people that don't know much about our maunga and where we're from.
Love that. And that's the power of connection, right? And using rugby league as a vehicle to do that. And when you see our tamariki all out the front doing the haka and that too, no matter where they are in the world, that's what it's all about. Well, whānau, make sure to stay tuned because we're going to go to a quick break now and be back shortly to catch up with Jarrod and Tyson. Kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome back to Te Ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, Te Kore Mako o Taranaki. Now we're having an awesome young kōrero here. And now we were just speaking about our tamariki. Now, Jarrod, how important is the inclusion of a rangatahi team? So I'm hearing there's going to be some rangatahi teams next year. There's a new initiative by NRL WA to bring in a rangatahi tournament of sorts. And what opportunities does this create for the young players?
It creates, I reckon, a lot of culture. It drowns them with culture and what they've been living here pretty much all their lives, and it's just teaching them like one culture, you know, all that Māori stuff that us young old fellas grew up on. It gives them a opportunity to express themselves, you know, because it is the big stage, obviously, with the NRL team coming. So it gives them a opportunity to express themselves, and just some confidence and some guidance is a lot for them just to express themselves. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Tyson, I hear there's an open opportunity for even some of our whānau that might live outside of Perth or Western Australia to join the rangatahi squads and maybe bring their mana with them over to our whānau over there to share with their whānau over there. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, bro. So my main push for this was to, obviously get young rangatahi here, but also spread it further back to our people back home to be able to have a pathways to Perth. I'm tied in with the South Perth Rugby League Club too, so I'm also looking at getting the pathways to that club too and job opportunities and whatnot. So our big focus right now is just give our rangatahi, like JP said, is just that opportunity to express themselves and also potentially be able to use the sport as a long-time living job, you know. If any of our boys can get noticed through this junior campaign, that's the ultimate goal, is just to be able to set up our whānau, our kids, and just get them exposed, because there's a lot of talent around here, bro. And if we can get some sort of ties back home to Taranaki of kids who go, they come over for a nosy and see what this sort of tournament's about, because there's a lot of superstars over here, bro, that play in this game of rugby league nines. It's a lot different to 13s, as you know, bro. Fast pace. This is where the skills come out. You know, all that razzle dazzle backyard footy gets played on these kind of tourneys, so it's wicked to see.
Beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing our young Taranaki rangatahi rip into it in January. Now, how can people get involved with the Taranaki, Perth Rugby League kaupapa, and what's the process for our rangatahi to register?
Contact us on our page. We've got some of our wahine that are on there that are always on our socials, pushing everything, really. They've been massive. Everyone behind the scenes, actually. We've got a strong committee that's really jumped in and put their hand up. So, you can just get in touch with any one of us through the socials. We're going to be trying to push this the most over these next few years and trying to really grow our Taranaki community over here. So, just go onto our Taranaki Rugby League page. We're on Perth. We're on on Instagram, we're on Facebook, all that social media stuff that kids are on these days, so it shouldn't be hard for them to find. But yeah, bro, just get in touch with any one of us that are part of the committee and we'll steer you in the right direction.
Beautiful. There we have it, whānau. For any of our whānau, no matter where you are, for those that are interested, make sure you go and check out the Facebook and Instagram pages and, chuck your expression of interest in there and get over and support our whānau over there. Now, Jazza, what is it about Perth, bro? What is it about Perth that makes it so special for our Taranaki whānau? There's so many of us over there. And how strong is that connection piece between all our whānau that live over there?
Yeah, it's real strong, bro. Like, we're all together here. Like, I don't know if someone moves a house or like that kind of stuff. We're always in there trying to like, you need a hand. It's just real. Like, even though we're outside of Taranaki, it's our values still stay the same with the whānau kind of thing. Like, the kids come over, have a feed, have dinner. We keep our whānau real close, and obviously that's one of our big things is back home is family first. So it's massive, bro. It's so strong. Like Tyson said, that weekend was just just unforgettable. It was just so much whānau. All the kids are just everywhere, laughing, bloody scrapping, all that stuff that you do, and us old fellas, we were like, we're probably twice as worse than that. Yeah. Getting clip around the ears, that's good. I miss that stuff, So good to see that in Perth and our whānau just keeping by our side if anything happens. Yeah,
100%. Well, I spent a bit of time there myself, so I know how close all the whānau are over there, and I just miss everyone over there. But anyway, Tice, looking ahead, what does the future hold for the kaupapa, bro? And what are your hopes for the growth in the future?
Yeah, it's looking good at the moment, bro. Like we touched on first, Deacon's still part of our team at the moment, so he's still here helping us there. He moves back to Perth next year, actually, so I'll be hiring him to make sure we keep pushing this. But yeah, the biggest is for us, bro, is just keep trying to get that support from our whānau. It's a bit hard too, we're such a small community, so we sort of rely on our whānau around us and also our work and whoever can sort of help with the sponsorship, because with these tourneys comes a cost, and we just try to keep our whānau's pockets not as empty as we don't want to be draining them this time of the year, especially they changed the date to after Chrissy, so we try to trying to enforce as much as we can, bro, so then our whānau can just focus on playing the game instead of worrying about paying for their children to play, because some of these kids are playing all year round, going away to Māori tournaments and just normal club fees. So yeah, bro, we're just trying to help out as much as we can to our whānau just to cut the cost down. So if there's anyone back home who wants to sponsor us, jump on our page and have a little nosy.
Awesome. Well, you guys are doing amazing, mahi, and all of us back home are watching eagerly to see all the awesome success that you're getting. The Harmony Nines is so much more than a rugby league tournament. It's a celebration of identity and unity and enduring spirit of our people. So through dedicated people like yourselves, the kaupapa continues to strengthen, for our Taranaki whānau that live abroad. So as the movement grows, so too does the vision. So keep up the awesome mahi that you guys are doing. Keep connecting. Keep standing proud in who you are from Taranaki. We're all cheering you on from back here, and we look forward to seeing the success into the future. Thanks for coming on the show.